Gender gap in the labor market from the UPSC perspective. Nobel Prize in Economics for the 2023 has been awarded to Claudia Goldin for her research on the gender gap in the labor market. So in this context, we can expect several questions both in the prelims and the mains. So that is the context. Nobel Prize in Economics for 2023 was awarded to Claudia Goldin for her research on gender gap in the labor market. From the UPSC point of view, in prelims, this aspect is important from the point of view current affairs and economic and social development. In the mains point of view, in the GS1, social issues, role of women. In the general studies second paper, governance, development process and development industry. In the GS3, economy, inclusive growth and its issues arising out of it. GS4, case study based on the equal pay for equal work. So from all these perspectives, we need to understand this, her idea, Claudia Goldin's idea, from the Indian point of view. Suppose the type of MCQs that may be given. Consider the following statement. The 2023 Nobel for the Economics is awarded to Claudia Goldin for her studies on gender gap in the labor market. Her publications includes Career and Family. It is the latest publication. Women were more involved in economic activities before the Industrial Revolution, according to Goldin. So that means over a period of time after the Industrial Revolution, there is a gradual decline of the labor participation. Then again, since 1980s, there was a gradual growth in the women participation in the economic activities. So which among the above statements are correct? So according to the given question, answer A, 1, 2, 3, all the statements are correct. Then second question, consider the following statements. This is more or less similar to assertion and reasoning type of question, but given in a different format. Statement 1, the participation of married women decreased with the transition from an agrarian to an industrial society in the early 19th century. Statement 2, women's participation in the labor force did not necessarily move in step with the economic growth. So this is the finding of Goldin, that according to the given options in the question, both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Both statements are correct, but 2 is not the explanation of the 1. Statement is 1 is correct, but 2 is wrong. 1 is wrong, but statement 2 is correct. So answer is 2, that is B. Both the statements are correct, but both are independently correct. Nothing is explaining the other. Participation of married women decreased with the transition from an agrarian to an industrial society in the early 19th century. This is one of the findings of Goldin. Women participation in the labor force did not necessarily move in step with the economic growth. So economic growth is not necessarily more ensuring the more participation of women, because of the reason that the women will have, apart from the routine activities, the caregiving activities also. So there was no couple equity. And this couple equity is a word coined by Goldin, which says that there should be equal participation of men and women in the process of, what is called as the home activities, household activities, caregiving activities to the children. That will actually ensure the women participation in the market economy. So both statements are correct, but none is explaining the other. So answer is B. And if it is a mains model question, at the current rate of progress, it will take over a century to close the global gender gap in the labor market. Explain. So how should be the answer structure for this question? Mention that the 2023 Nobel awarded for gender gaps in the labor market. Then main body should contain realities of the findings of Claudia Goldin. Then you should also mention the consequences of the gender gap in the labor market. Finally, conclusion, saying that the insights of the US research are found to be similar around the world. Goldin was making the research in the background of industrial revolutions in America. The same findings are universally valid across the world. So, for example, what are the realities of the findings of Claudia Goldin That should be mentioned in the main body. So the realities of her findings are, before industrialization, women were more likely to be involved in the economic activities related to agriculture and cottage industries. But after the industrialization, what happened? There was a gradual decline of the women in the participation. The participation of married women decreased with the transition from an agrarian to an industrial society. Then started to rise with the growth of the services sector in the early 20th century. Women participation in the labor force did not necessarily move in step with the economic growth. So economic growth automatically will not reduce the gender differences in the labor market. These are the realities of our findings. And what happened because of these realities, what we can observe is, the final observation is that women participation in the labor market is not equal. There is no couple equality. So consequence is, because of this kind of situation, if women do not have the same advantage and opportunities as men, or they participate on equal terms, labor skills and their talent will go wasted. So we would not be in a position to utilize the human resource capabilities of the women. So finally, you should conclude by saying that in the way forward, restructure the workplace to ensure the women participation, so that women will not have to work for longer hours. Ensure the couple equality, whereby men should also take part in the caregiving activities for the children, look after the children, look after the elders in the family. Then reshape both the work and the social environment. Then create work structure that are respectful to the workers' time. That is, do not emphasize very longer working hours. That should be the criteria. So we have an announcement. We are providing 10,000 MCQs for the 2024 prelims. For the UPSC 2024, 100 days plan is targeting 2024 prelims and the mains with 10,000 MCQs and 1,000 mains question and answers. So this targeting the prelims, which will be commencing from the 2023 November 1st. So a free strategy class is provided on 1st November at 10 a.m. The strategy class at Delhi campus, first floor, Old Rajendra Nagar, near Agarwal Suites, above Muthoot Finance, New Delhi. And the strategy class at Hyderabad is provided at Krishna Pradeep's IAS beside Sanjay Theatre, RTC Crossroad, Hyderabad. So you can call the phone number displayed on the screen for more details.